guys. Welcome back to another week of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. I'm your host, Brent Rasmussen, and owner of Mortgage Specialists. Today is our 180th episode of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. Let me say that again, our 180th episode of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. But today is an interesting topic as we're finally starting to see mortgage interest rates start to come down. And while the Fed hasn't done a whole heck of a lot to make that happen, we are seeing some negative topics in financial markets and stock markets start to affect and adjust mortgage rates, which is a good thing. So today we're going to talk about what happens when the mortgage rates drop even 0.5%. How much can that truly affect your mortgage? Well, first of all, if you have a fixed interest rate mortgage, it's not going to change it at all. So the only way to adjust is to looking at refinancing. But if you have an adjustable rate mortgage, then obviously that could help your mortgage rate to lower as interest rates come down. So let's talk about even how a small 0.5%, and let's just do quick math here, and we'll get into some other topics about why staying on top of the market and refinancing does make a lot of sense. Because if you carry a simple $300,000 loan and you drop your interest rate 0.5%, you're looking at saving about $97, $98 a month, which, while that doesn't seem like a huge amount, it's $1,100, $1,200 a year, but over 30 years, we're looking at $35,000. So maybe a $300,000 loan doesn't always make sense to refinance that 0.5%, but let's look at a $500,000 loan that we carry. Lowering 0.5% saves $162 a month. And over a year, just shy of $2,000, and over the lifetime, about $58,000. So when we're looking at whether refinancing makes sense, we look at all the variables. We don't just play tricks, and we've seen lots of out-of-town online lenders do this, saying, hey, look, we can drop your interest rate by this, but they don't cover what the costs are, what the points are, what the fees are, and what you owe in exchange for that. So what we do look at here when it makes sense to refinance is how much do you owe? And that makes a big, huge factor. Whether you owe $50,000 or $500,000 is going to skew the numbers quite drastically. And we stay on top of that. We look at our clients' interest rates. We look at our clients' loan amounts to see what they owe. We can't see live of if they've made a large balance payment, but we still can stay on top of their normal payments to find out about where they're at to be able to run numbers for them. But the biggest factor, I would say, in all of refinancing, and even when is the good time to do it, is how long do you plan on staying in your home? Is this your first home? Is this your second home? Or maybe this is your last home? The longer you plan on staying in your home, the better chance it says it is to refinance. The numbers don't lie. And we can run those scenarios for you to make sure that that refinance makes sense. Because what we want to look at is, what is the closing costs in relationship to the savings that you have? And we look at that break even period to make sure it makes sense. But sometimes people are looking at refinancing going from a 30-year to a 15-year and, dropping that interest rate significantly. And even though their payment might be going up, they're making more money paying towards the principal. Or maybe you took out an FHA loan and we can get you over to the conventional and get the mortgage insurance removed. Or you have maybe some bills that you want to pay and the value of your home has increased, and we can now use some of that equity to consolidate some bills that you have, or you need some money to finish off a basement or do something to your property as well. So refinancing doesn't always make sense, but as we're seeing these interest rates drop, we here at Mortgage Specialists are reviewing our past clients' loans, scenarios, and trying to reach out and be in touch with them when the right time is. So if you're not working with a seasoned mortgage pro that is staying on top of your information, contact us. We have a list, we have a database, we keep track of where they're at, where we need things to be in order for that refinance to make sense. And when that happens, we can reach out to you versus you guessing or not knowing quite what's going on, and we can make all that situation happen for you. So again, we're just a phone call away at 402-991-5153. Check us out. We have lots of education and blogs on our website at mtg-specialists.com, and we'll see you here all next week. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.
Mortgage Specialists.
driven, trusted, reliable.